breaking news from the Brazil national team. And it's not the kind of news fans were hoping for. Once again, the infamous red light of injury is flashing over the Seleção. For players, yes, I've already been forced out of Carlo Ancelotti's squad due to injuries. It seems almost impossible to see a Brazil squad announcement these days without multiple injury setbacks. In fact, looking back at recent call-ups, we notice the same pattern. 3, 4, sometimes even 5 players sidelined before the action even begins. And this time is no different. From defense to midfield, all the way to the attacking line, Brazil is dealing with fresh blows. Let's start with perhaps the biggest talking point, Matheus Cunha. The Atletico Madrid forward, who just recently became Brazil's hero with a brilliant assist to Vinicius Jr. in the win against Paraguay, has now picked up an untimely injury. Playing for Manchester United, Cunha limped off the pitch in the 31st minute, leaving fans and his coach in shock. This is the same Cunha who created that magical moment for Vinicius to score. Yet now, he won't even be available for Brazil's next 2 World Cup qualifying matches. And Cunha isn't alone. Injuries have struck all over the field. On the right side of defense, Vanderson, a highly skilled and promising right back, has been ruled out. His replacement? Vitinho. On the left side, veteran Alexandro has also dropped out, but in his case, Ancelotti hasn't even called a replacement. In midfield, Joelinton was initially included in the squad, but an injury knocked him out too. His spot has been filled by Jean Lucas. And up front, with Cunha gone, Ancelotti turned to Flamengo's Samuel Lino as a late addition. Now, Samuel Lino is an interesting choice. Many fans, including myself, are actually quite happy to see him finally get a chance in the national team. Lino has been an underrated star in Europe, performing impressively for Atletico Madrid before moving to Flamengo. He is versatile, capable of playing as a left winger, a left midfielder, or even a left wing back. But here's the twist. Cunha is primarily a central attacking midfielder and forward. So why did Ancelotti replace him with a left-sided player instead of another striker or attacking midfielder? This decision has raised plenty of questions. But when you look closely, the logic starts to make sense. Currently, Brazil's squad has only one natural left winger, Gabriel Martinelli. That's a thin area of depth, especially in such a demanding position. So, Lino has been brought in as a backup for Martinelli and as a flexible option who can cover multiple roles on the left flank. But then, where does this leave Cunha's role in the squad? Who will cover that attacking midfielder/center forward role that he vacated? The answer might actually come from within the existing squad. Raphinha, usually known as a right winger, can also operate as an attacking midfielder and even on the left. He's versatile enough to step into Cunha's role, and Ancelotti may well use him there in the upcoming matches. If that happens, the right wing will still have 2 natural options available. Estevão Willian, the teenage sensation from Palmeiras, and Luiz Henrique, currently playing for Zenit. Both can cover that position while Raphinha shifts into the center. This brings us to another crucial point, the squad size. FIFA regulations require the final squad to be cut down to 23 players, and Brazil currently has 24, which means one more player will have to go. The big question is, who gets dropped? Looking at the squad balance, the forward line seems the most likely area where Ancelotti will make a cut. Right now, there are 8 forwards, too many for a 23-man roster. On the right wing, Raphinha, Estevão, and Luiz Henrique are all safe. On the left, Martinelli, and now Samuel Lino cover that role. That leaves the center forward position, where there are currently 3 names: João Pedro, Richarlison, and Kaio Jorge. João Pedro is untouchable. He's been in incredible form at Chelsea, scoring regularly and showing sharp instincts in front of goal. He even found the net in Brazil's last international match, making him a certain starter. That leaves 2 names under pressure: Richarlison and Kaio Jorge. Richarlison, once Brazil's go-to striker, has struggled with form and fitness over the last year. Yet Ancelotti may still want to give him one more chance, considering his experience and fighting spirit. Kaio Jorge, on the other hand, is a younger, developing striker. If Ancelotti wants proven reliability, Kaio might be the one dropped. But if he feels Richarlison's time is up, then Jorge could remain as backup to João Pedro. It's a tough call, and one that will shape Brazil's attacking options in the next qualifiers. So, to summarize, Brazil has already lost 4 players: Vanderson, Sandro, Joelinton, and Matheus Cunha. Their replacements are Vitinho, Jean Lucas, and Samuel Lino, while Sandro's spot has remained vacant. Samuel Lino's call-up is particularly intriguing as he brings versatility on the left, even though his profile doesn't directly replace Cunha. Meanwhile, Raphinha could be asked to shift centrally to cover Cunha's absence. And soon, Ancelotti will have to make a final cut, likely dropping either Richarlison or Kaio Jorge from the squad. It's a familiar story for Brazil fans. Every squad announcement seems cursed with injuries. And yet, the Seleção always finds ways to adapt. With Ancelotti at the helm, tactical flexibility and squad depth will be the keys to navigating these challenges. So we think, football fans, should Ancelotti keep faith in Richarlison, or is it time to give Kaio Jorge the chance to shine? Do you agree with the decision to bring in Samuel Lino as a replacement for Cunha? Share your opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. That's all for today's update on the Brazil squad. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more football news and tactical analysis, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching from Facebook, make sure to follow the page for daily football updates. Until next time, stay tuned, and let's see how Brazil lines up when the action begins.